Hello everyone, this is Aditya Mehta and you are listening to Personality Development Podcast where we talk skills, stories and all the sweet stuffs that make us grow. And sometimes in the middle of the episode we crave for quake as well. I'll tell you why. Imagine there is warm light, a soft music and a smell of fresh baked cake. The kind of cake that doesn't just melt in your mouth, it just melts your problem too. I'm sitting today with the co-founders of the Love Bake House, where flour meets flair, and where baking is not just a profession, but it's practically a performance art. We are going to talk about their journey, a journey of a simple love for baking cakes turning into a buzzing business. So, without any further ado, we are going to start the show. Whether you are a dreamer or someone who is very much foodie or someone who had once tried baking a cake but ended up with a biscuit, stick around. You're going to love this show. But you know the drill. Before we start with this episode, make sure to subscribe to this podcast if you haven't already while listening to this intro music. Here we go. Hello and welcome back to today's episode. As I've already mentioned, we are joined by the co-founders of the Love Bake House. We have Shraddha Kumbhani and Pooja Shah. Hello, girls. How are you doing?
Hi, Aditya. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Honestly, thank you so much for taking out your valuable time to be a part of this show, climbing all the ways to 4 floors. So yeah, thank you so much for
Yeah.
doing that.
Pleasure is ours.
Well, we are of course going to dive deeper into your journey. But before diving into that, I would really love if you both can give your detailed introductions. That would be just amazing. Starting with you, Shraddha.
So I'm a real estate corporate lawyer, and we started in 2019 the Love Big House. Uh, I worked with SNG Partners until 2019, and we just when Pooja studied pastry arts, we uh, we thought we could do so much more, and we needed time, for my son and everything. But definitely, she is the most creative person that I know. So that's
You guys are siblings, right?
yes.
Okay. I haven't seen sibling complimenting each other, but okay, it's fine. Yeah, Pooja, go ahead.
So, Love Bakehouse happened with only our sheer love of enjoying a dessert at night. So, even I'm a lawyer, and while I was preparing for my solicitors, me and Shraddha would go every day to all the local bakeries in the city and enjoy a dessert at night. And then, Shraddha was one day like, Pooja, you are studying too much. You need a break. There is this class going on where you can just go and, have fun, chill. So I went for this class where they taught cupcakes.
Mhm.
And from there, I just, developed a love for, pastry and, making them. And I started following, like, international chefs, like how it is made, how beautifully they are creating. So there was this chef, Antonio Bachor, and I followed him for a long time. And then I saw one day that, he's coming to Bangalore in Levon Academy for a master class. And I thought, that Shraddha, we have to, go and do this master class. It's really nice. And Shraddha told me that, he's coming there for master class, but this institute is much more bigger. And it is the only institute in India where you can learn French patisserie. And this course is extensive for 6 months. And, you are so creative that you must go and, do this. So that's how the whole passion started from love for enjoying a dessert.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one question, bro. A quick question. You said you are an advocate as well.
Yes.
You have both studied law. Okay.
Yes.
So whenever an argument happens between the two of you, who generally
The cake prevails.
wonderful.
So now the arguments are more like, which flavor will go better, which is the next thing that we are going to do. So those are the arguments.
Beautiful. Man, both are advocates. I think I would love to see them argue one day and I'll sit there with the popcorn for sure. Or a cupcake as well,
Of
So,
course.
yeah,
Dessert on the table.
dessert
Yeah.
on the house.
Yes, on the house, on the house.
Of course. I'm going to get free cupcakes from them. Coming back. She's like, no.
There's a hamper waiting outside.
Oh,
Already told them
is
to
it?
get a hamper for you.
Oh, nice. I'm pretty excited. Let's wrap this show up very quickly now. Oh, coming back. Pooja, tell me one thing. What, you told about the ignition of, the love for baking. But what made you think, or, what kind of cake that you baked and it made you think that, what, we can start a business out of it. So what was that one moment when you felt we should start a business out of it?
So, wherever I would go, there'd be like a mix of, eggless and egged cakes, right?
Mhm.
So, being Jain myself, I have always been gone to only pure veg hotels and restaurants.
Yeah.
So, I found that, there are not many places where you find only egg-free desserts which are of a very good quality
Mhm.
and what are trending in the market. You would just find a simple cake or, things like that. But the modern French patisserie that is there, like Jane macarons, which we bake in our, it's not there, right? So we thought that, this is something that we have learned and we can develop it into a business.
Hmm. That's wonderful. And Shraddha, where did you came into the business?
So I look majorly, for business management, business development, and all the that goes in complete deliveries, or like it's like ensuring everything works smoothly. So wherever there is a gap where I have to fill in, I'm there.
Ah, that's nice.
She
That's
is
typical
basically into
siblings.
everything, like admin, marketing, management,
Yeah.
everything is her.
That's typical siblings in each and every house, where the smaller one is just following the passion, the bigger one has all the responsibilities.
So
And she's feeling pity for herself right now, but we are with you.
It's
Our
like
sympathies
it's
are
a,
with
it's
you.
a role and responsibility in, I think, any business that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do, right? Because we
Yes,
make
yes,
a
yes.
difference to people's life.
Yes.
So it is a responsible job,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yes, of course. Coming to, making a difference, okay, what makes the Love Bake House stand out from any other bakery or a cake shop?
I think the testimony of people, where they come and tell us, when they come and tell us that how wonderful your product is. So if I'm talking from the perspective of product, that we are creating everything baked in pure Belgian covered chocolate. We bake gluten-free cakes, sugar-free cakes, vegan on pre-orders. We do make Jen macarons. Like I've seen this thing, wherein a French cookie. Macaron is basically a French cookie. You will find a lot in Paris and outside India. It's very popular now in India because thanks to Pooja Dhingra, she's an amazing chef and she's brought definitely macarons to India. When I say macaron and Jen, people make it in potato starch. That's the key ingredient, and egg whites are the key ingredients in people who bake with eggs. But we make completely Jen, so that's definitely a USP of the product that we're trying to
Wow.
create. So Jains can definitely enjoy with, being, very, not to worry about when they're eating.
So, also, I would like to ask one more question related to the uniqueness, and that is of a cookie that I normally buy when I come to your shop. Shraddha knows about it. I don't know whether you know it or not, because you normally stay in the kitchen
Yeah.
most of the times. So I always prefer this oats cookies, and I always have it whenever I come to your shop. So what's so special about that cookie, and what's the difference from all those cookies that we get in the market?
So we made this oats and ragi chocolate chip cookie, keeping in mind that whenever we go out to buy a cookie, they are loaded with sugars and ingredients that we don't know, right? Like preservatives. So we wanted a cookie which is really very clean and wholesome, made with pure and finest of ingredients. So you really find that, if you have a bite of our cookie, it's really very addictive because of the quality.
Yeah. It is addictive, and every time I'm going to have that for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and it is addictive, guys. And let me tell you this: if you if you are not having that, make sure to have that, because I love those cookies, and I normally bring for my crew members as well. Today it's not there, but I normally bring for them as well, and they have had it as well. Coming back to you, Shraddha and Pooja. Now let's talk more about the business administration. And this podcast is all about personality development, right? And we have always talked about communication. We have always talked about attire and everything. So now, as a business owner, and you are into business administration, you always are at the front desk. Okay, whenever the customer comes in,
Yes.
you are the face that they are going to see.
Yes.
So during that point of time, how do you feel the communication that you have with the customers is very important, and what's that, and is there any secret technique that we use so that customers just come back again and again? So, and sometimes I know you make them a friend as well, just like me, and so I always come to your shop. So
you're
what
most
exactly
welcome.
is that?
The secret is completely the product. The
Okay.
best product that we make is something that will really touch. The whole thing, we work is on to educate people when they come to us. So, be it, using a pure covered chocolate and the difference between the compound that we get locally. What it is sourced is a Belgian covered chocolate, which is made from pure 30%, 35% of cocoa, and the fat also comes from that cocoa butter. Yeah, as you said, the oat cookie, the difference when you like that oat cookie is also because it's palm oil free. So when we talk about labels here, the label, the first ingredient when we buy a certain thing is generally sugar or oats, which could be, from like 5 to 10%. Whereas what we make is completely like 100% oats. So, what the difference when we say when we bake the ingredient is a key. In what proportion, in what good quality of the ingredient that we are using, that will make a difference and will touch people.
Right.
So that's what we want to create a difference to educate them also. Okay, why is this product so good, and why you should have it here.
Why it is so good and why it is expensive as well. I was going to touch that. Okay, because you see, in the area of Borivali, okay, now normally people want discounts, that's number one, and they want good quality at a very affordable price.
Right.
Okay, and that's the customer's behavior.
I completely get you.
So I want to ask you this, because over here your communication will play a very important role.
Absolutely.
When you have to educate people, okay, you have to make sure you have to justify the price that you are taking. At the same time, educate the customer that why it is that expensive and why it is so healthy for you to have it. So how do you do that?
From the time of when the COVID hit, and there is a sudden like a 300% of price hike and inflation in cocoa. So all over the world, the cocoa prices have soared. So to actually educate the people around that why we are using this, because the product price when it shoots straight from 700 to 1400, the huge difference, I have like we are born the heat somewhere definitely to stay in the business, to to educate, to for the in relation to pricing, people definitely do ask for discount, but then to explain them that why this product is priced at this price that you are having is very important.
Mm. That's very well explained. Sometimes you have to take a hit, and that's something, audience. I would like to tell you that business owners are doing business. It just sounds easy, uh, and sometimes you need to have a really good will to continue your business. And that is going to be my next question as well. Okay, because you mentioned that you started during COVID itself. Okay. What were the initial challenges that you faced during the first period of starting this business?
So we actually happened to start the Love Bakehouse in COVID.
Mhm.
Okay, we just bought the shop and COVID hit. So there were so many challenges, there would be no laborers to come and make the shop, like construct it. There would be, no after it was built,
Mhm.
we had to wait for 6 months for it to start.
Wow.
And thereafter, there will be like no customers because, there were curfew hours, like you cannot go out of building,
Right.
right? And those are the initial challenges,
Mhm.
like with no business, just putting out your investment.
Ah. And was it a
Yeah,
rented place?
it was a rented place.
So every month you have to give
Yeah,
rent
yeah.
as
So we
well.
have
Wow.
to give out the rent as well.
So the entire challenge was also when she learned everything in egg,
Hmm.
and we went completely eggless and Jain.
Ah.
So that was the greatest barrier that we worked on. We worked on so many recipes, and so much of effort goes into building not just one product but something that just can't be replaced. It
Mhm.
will just bring so much value to you.
Hmm. That's really well. I mean, initial challenges is really something which makes us strong as well sometimes, because now you know that I've faced this thing. Now I can face anything else. Okay. And I relate to that as well, because initially when I started this podcast as well, I started this podcast with a 20 rupee earphone that you get in local trains of Mumbai. Okay. And it was a huge thing. I did not knew a single thing about editing as well. So initially, when I used to do solo recording, okay, अगर एक भी mistake हुआ, I'll re-record the entire thing.
Oh,
Okay, because
so challenging.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the editing part, that oh, I can edit as well, right?
Okay.
So that those were certain initial challenges that I faced as well, and I can completely understand. And now it becomes very easy for me to start the show and do everything else, because now I'm habituated with that. I'm habituated with that.
Absolutely. Any business, has so many challenges to look
Yeah.
into, like, right from delivering to, maintaining the temperatures, because cake being a product, it needs to be in cold, and that need when it's traveling, you have to make so many arrangements around.
Yeah, that takes me to my next question as well. What are the challenges you face right now? Like it's like then and now. So, what are the challenges you face now, and how you come up with a solution to them?
So one of the challenges that we face now is, retaining our staff, because staff really, they would want to, develop their skills and then move on to bigger places,
Mhm.
right, for good opportunities. So we have to train our staff from ground, right? We
Right.
have to hire staff who are going to stay with us, who are going to be more skilled rather than having more talent. So we
Mhm.
have a both of it. Like we have talent as well as we want to have more skilled staff that we can retain them with us for a longer time.
Right.
Absolutely. So when you want to grow and you need that support,
Right.
definitely, who wants to
Yeah.
grow as equally along with you.
Hmm.
Because a strong team is going to make a strong company.
Of course. So, what are certain retaining techniques that you use, Shraddha? Because you are into administration. So, is there any retaining techniques that you have for the people management specifically? Because that's a big challenge for me as well. I mean, not now, because I have a very strong team now, but initially when we started, at certain point of time, we need to change the team as well. We need to change a lot of places as well, because there was one sponsor and then there was no sponsor at all. Okay, so people management is something which is a big task for each and every business owner, I would say. So, what are certain things that you do for managing your people and your team? Is there any technique that you use?
It's completely the person the thought, when they hold that thought and the power, that they want to stay and grow with you. It's not just that they're looking for money, but also that, after teaching them that skill, or if they've learned that something from me, they would also want to develop more and more. That passion they should have developed by then. So that's very important for them to stay and with us.
Also the freedom of creativity. So our chefs, we give them freedom of creativity. So
Wow.
if there is some occasion coming up, we let them develop new menus.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we include that in our menu, whatever they're trying something new.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's interesting. So if you would like to share any new creativity that your chef came up with and you just put it on the menu.
Let's
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, so there was one chef. We're not doing tres leches initially because I thought it was a very sweet dessert, and I always liked a balanced dessert which is not overly sweet. But then she came up with this interesting tres leches dessert which is really well balanced,
Oh.
and now that we have in our menu and it is regular.
So that's an important thing that I learned from you today, Peter. That's very well said. Coming to now the kitchen chaos as well. Okay.
Okay.
Because you mentioned about how the entire thing works in the kitchen as well. So now I would like to know more about the kitchen chaos. Like how does it how do you manage it? Because you are most of the times into the kitchen. Is it like fun environment or fully military disciplined environment? How it goes behind the
Okay.
scenes?
So our kitchen is presently very small, so absolutely 100% chaotic.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
But it is really fun and playful as well. We, in our free times, we even play games.
Oh, okay.
And our environment is more friendly. Rather than having an employee and employer relationship, we have them as our friends.
Ah.
So, they really open up with us. They say, okay, Didi, I want to do this now, and yeah.
No, but
Then it's
there are
good.
definitely cases, where there is a slippage or when there is, water leakage and lot of things that we have gone through in this 5 years of,
Yeah.
business.
Any fun experience that you would like to share about it?
Uh, it just happened with me.
Mhm.
So when we were in a bigger space in a cloud kitchen, at that point in time, so I was so new because I was a lawyer and stepping into a kitchen, and so I happened to like slip, and the way I slipped, like I completely was hanging on one foot. So I could just what just happened to me. It,
That was
it
not
was
in
so
that was not in one episode. It happened multiple times.
fortunately I just
Whenever
got
there's
saved by the
cleaning,
grace of
she's
God.
falling.
But
Yeah.
by the grace of God, I'm fine. I'm just
That's pretty interesting. I love these kind of questions a lot. So any more experience? I mean, once like when I was in your cafe, Pooja, you were mentioning about there was a pool that had been created in your shop.
Oh yeah,
What was
that is a very funny episode.
Uh-huh.
So we have a morning and evening shifts. So one of our staff members, they forgot to turn the tap off at night, and when he came in the morning, the entire store was flooded, like the running water everywhere, and we ended up cleaning for like 2.5 hours.
yeah.
The entire store, we're just cleaning and
That is a
cleaning,
very
removing the
deep
water.
cleaning that just
Yeah.
happened right in the morning. To a surprise. But
Yeah.
yeah, when you have new staff, who are little, they need training. They definitely do a lot of goof ups, which we need to work on, and immediately it has to be very prompt also.
Right. So you see, audience, there are going to be goof ups and there will be challenges as well. But sometimes it's just fun. Okay, because you have to manage it and move on as well. Right? Coming back to you. So now it's time for community questions. So I'll tell you what community question is. So we have a small community on WhatsApp, and where I post about the experts who are going to come on the podcast. And if they have any questions, they can ask you on, I can ask those questions on behalf of them. So that's how it is. So I have a tablet and I have a question ready. Okay, and these are community questions which they have asked.
Right.
So this question is asked by Dina Shah, and the question is, this is kind of funny. She asked because both the sisters are in a cake shop and they are running the business. Which one of them eats a lot of food from the shop itself?
Definitely.
It's definitely me.
So when we are baking anything, and she's around in the kitchen, we have to reweigh all our recipes because we know she's in the kitchen.
Oh, that's interesting.
Also, we want to ensure, that whatever food is going out on display has to be like, bang on. So I'm just ensuring around.
Okay.
By having a lot of that.
It comes
Quality check done right.
food police.
Very interesting. There is one more person, Neeta Sharma. She is asking this question. If someone wants to start a similar business, basically, I think she wants to start this business. Okay, what's one piece of advice you would shout from the rooftops?
To your guest, Nita Sharma, I would like to address that the never to die attitude, like you have to, if it's your business, you have to get up at 8, reach every day, and work towards a better product. So, be it any situation, you just cannot give up. You have to work towards it and make it possible. That's really important.
That's wonderfully said. So never to die of this attitude. That's really amazing because there will be times where you will feel like that you just want to quit. You just want to shut down your shop. But believe me, when you have this kind of attitude, you can face any sort of challenge and come out of it with flying colors. Coming to you, Pooja, what is that one piece of advice that you would shout?
For me, it would be quality.
Wow.
Never compromising on quality and always giving the best.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Neeta, I will tell you this because she has told about it and they have taken a hit. They would have compromised the quality so that they shouldn't be taking a hit, but they took a hit and still managed to give the quality. Okay, so I believe they do believe in quality, and that's the reason they are still standing strong
No,
and
absolutely. I would
doing the
just
best business.
I had one incident where one of the franchisee owners of
Yeah.
Naturals ice cream,
Uh-huh.
we were just sitting, and I just offered him a pastry, a simple cake slice,
Mhm.
Dutch truffle cake slice, and he said, Shraddha, your product is so amazing. Just try to maintain this quality. And I really relate that people who eat our products, they know and they come back for that good quality.
Wow, that's really well said. Very nice. Any story that you have in mind, Pooja, that you would like to share?
So, in our initial years when we just began,
Uh-huh.
so we were just new, right? And we had a very good competition next to us. We had Theobroma, and it was very difficult to, get into a market where we were very new,
Yeah.
right? And within 3 months of starting, we had, by grace of God, good customers coming in, and we had staff of Theobroma coming out and clapping to us that you are doing really good.
Wow.
I mean, we really felt that that was
Yeah.
an achievement.
That's really
And it
That's
was
a very big
it
brand.
really felt very good.
wow. And a huge shout out to Theobroma right now because you really make sure that you don't see people as competitions, but you see
Yeah.
people as
Yes.
people
Yes.
and how they are doing. So, thank you so much for doing that. Coming back to you guys, now this is going to be my last question, and that is what's cooking next? Any future plans that you have? Any franchisee, any flavors that you are adding to this business?
So we are definitely working on to taking some of our products to a next level. So we are in process and pipeline to take and reach to a certain other levels. And yeah, definitely for different cloud kitchen, we do have it in pipe so that we can grow and expand in that fashion.
That's very well explained. Thank you so much for answering that. So, audience, make sure to look out for the Love Bake House. That brings me to my last question. I promise this would be the last. Okay, I normally do that in every podcast. But if people really want to search for you on the internet, how can they find you?
You have to simply go to Google and you have to find the Love Bake House. You'll find us.
Wow. So they are available on Google. No Instagram, no LinkedIn. Just Google it. The Love Bake House and they are there. Although I'll mention all the link in the description so that you don't have to search more. Right? With that being said, thank you so much once again, Shraddha and Pooja, for being a
Thank
part
you,
of the show.
Aditya.
Thank you so much, Aditya, for having us.
And with that being said, audience, thank you so much for listening to this entire episode. And if you feel that this podcast and this episode adds value in your life, and if you feel after watching this episode you want to have a pastry or a cake, you can definitely go to the Love Bake House. With that being said, this is Aditya Mehta along with Shraddha and Pooja signing off from this episode. See you in the next one. Till then, peace out. And come.